half hour after the movie you're not shook, then it's not a good movie. We just saw Wonder Woman about 30 minutes ago, and we're both still incredibly shook.
Probably already seen the movie, so let's just
go see
get
it.
right into it. It's just like, if you haven't seen it, go see it. It's a good use of your money. Okay, so just like a warning beforehand, there are going to be spoilers when we talk about the movie, which we are definitely going to be discussing the plot of the movie because, oh boy, some stuff happened. This movie was fantastic. It was directed by Patty Jenkins, female director. Might have something to do with it. Take some hints. So anyway, the movie was all about Wonder Woman, obviously, and it went into her background on Themyscira, which I thought was really cool because that's always been like one of my favorite things about like Wonder Woman as a character, is like where she comes from an island of all women.
And you really like Greek mythology. So.
Yeah, I love Greek mythology. I was the kid who thought they were the coolest in history class because they read all the Percy Jackson books.
I never really got into Percy Jackson, but I still like Greek mythology. I think it's cool, and I love the whole idea of the Amazons, and it was really cool getting to go back into her backstory.
What about your father?
I was brought to life by Zeus.
Everyone in the movie was like, who are you? You're a girl, you can't do that. But it wasn't like overpowering. It wasn't like the whole movie was about her being told, you can't do that. She's like, watch me. Like, that's not what it was about.
What I do is not up to you.
And I also liked when people were telling her no, like it didn't even like faze her. She's like, whatever, like I'm not gonna listen to you. I'm just gonna do my own things.
So Wonder Woman was played by Gal Gadot, and oh my god, she was so good. Like, what the heck? She was like the perfect choice for Wonder Woman, and I can't imagine the movie if they picked anyone else, but I really think that she like made the role, and she's like why the movie was what it was. Such a fantastic actress. Like, her emotions were so visible the whole time. Like, definitely great. Also, Chris Pine. Very good. Love me some Chris Pine. Like, I wasn't such a huge Chris Pine fan before this, but this movie made me feel some definite feelings about Chris Pine. Whew.
I have to say, like, I knew who Chris Pine was just because of like all of the Chris's and just Pratt and whatever. And I knew who he was, and like I liked him from Into the Woods, which was a great movie, but I wasn't too familiar with him, and the whole movie I couldn't like tell like, oh, that's Chris Pine. I love the character like Steve. I love the actor. Like, not only was he good looking, but he was like sweet and funny and nice, and I love the character. And then I was like, at the end I was like, oh my god, it's Chris Pine. Now he's the wallpaper on my phone.
Well, that's neat.
Here's the spoiler, the biggest one. So basically, he dies and he sacrifices his life for love and the well-being of the world.
I started outright like crying.
Yeah, there were tears and like, oh, it was so sad.
And before he died, Steve gave Diana a watch that his father gave him, and that's what made me start crying, because like the way it was filmed is you didn't hear what he was saying, but then they replayed the clip afterwards and you could hear what he was saying. And he said, I love you, before he left. And I was like crying. That was not okay. And when they put out all the Wonder Woman's like merchandise, I really want the watch.
I was thinking the same thing.
I want it so bad. Like, you don't understand. I would wear it every day.
Speaking of his character, Steve, he was there. And
he was a side character.
He was her sidekick. And it wasn't just about their love, because usually in movies where it's a female lead and there's like some romance in it, it tends to be about the guy in the relationship. It's either all about him or all of her like problems are surrounding him. But in this, it wasn't. Like, it was there and it was good and it was great and it was needed. And like, I feel like, but like it wasn't the main focus, which I liked.
But in this, it was so cute.
And I was really worried because this movie is like a great empowering women's female for women, and I was a little scared like, oh, they might like. It could go really bad, but it didn't, and I liked it, and it was good, and now I love Chris Pine.
So speaking of Steve's and Chris's, who's your favorite Chris?
Well, my two favorite Chris's both played characters named Steve.
That was my segue, that was the point.
Oh, okay. Well, as Chris Evans and Chris Pine. It's gonna be really hard, but I'm gonna try and rate my favorite Chris's. Chris Pine used to not even be a thought in my head, but after this movie, I'm literally like, he's legit number one. Yeah, he's.
I feel like he already finished.
Thank you. So it'd be Chris Pine, Chris Pratt, Chris
Evans, Chris Hemsworth. I thought
But at
Evans
the
was your
same
favorite.
time, he used to be. No disrespect to Evans and Hemsworth. Like, I love them so much. Like, I love them more than other celebrities whose names aren't Chris. Those are 4 pretty nice men.
If your name is Chris, you have to be a decent guy.
That's not true at all.
Have you met someone that's a jerk named Chris?
Yes.
Who? Okay,
What are your favorite?
okay, so my favorite Chris is Pratt, Evans, Pine, Hemsworth. No disrespect. Okay, alright. Pine used to be at the bottom of my list. I just love
This
that
movie, he was just
But
so good in this movie.
so he got moved up. No disrespect to Hemsworth. I love you, Chris.
He's at the
but
bottom of mine too, but like,
Yeah,
not
like,
really. I
no
don't know.
disrespect.
Literally though, okay, we're in the bathroom after the movie, and I was like, Maddie, what was your favorite part? And she's like, oh, I don't know, all of it. And I was like, well, my favorite part is when Chris Pine went into the really good German
That was
accent.
so good. That was like the first thing
really
I was like, what?
It was a good accent.
Yeah, man, that was great.
There's no really point in asking who our favorite characters were.
Steve
Trevor. Whoa.
Twin, don't talk to me.
Like,
ever.
normally we'd probably, like, if he wasn't there, like, it would have definitely been
It's
Diana.
like Diana.
But, like, he was there.
Also, I liked his secretary, like Etta.
She was
She was
cute.
great. I liked her.
Yeah. One of my favorite Diana clapbacks, though, was when she was like, oh, who are you? And she's like, oh, I'm his secretary.
It's Etta Candy. I'm Steve Trevor's secretary.
What is a secretary?
I go where he tells me to go and I do what he tells me to do.
Oh, well, where I'm from, that's called slavery.
I really like her.
Fantastic.
Oh,
Ladies, after
I
you.
do. I like her.
Oh,
That's
that's
called
slavery. And then she's like, I like her. And I was like, Oh, Anya, I know how you normally like complain about all the fight scenes and stuff in movies because you're not like that into
I don't
it.
like that. I don't like violence in general. That's why I kind of like this movie, because Diana was like, why can't we save everybody and not fight?
So the special effects were like really good. So when they were doing like all the cool flips and jump, they were like slowing it down. So it was in like slow motion. You could see everything
It
as
was
it was
really,
happening.
really cool.
And whenever they like shot bullets or anything, it would like slow down. And in my head, I was like, Hamilton who?
As someone who took a stage combat class last semester,
Don't do this.
I could really be like, oh, parry 1, 2, John Wayne punch 3, nap 4. Like, I could
Quick, Anya parries 1 through.
That's sword fighting if you didn't know. Wait, I don't know if you heard this. I could be totally wrong. At the very end, like some of her last like fighting sequences, in the background you could kind of hear like the Wonder Woman theme song.
That was the point. It was in it.
Was that there?
Yeah, that
Okay,
was.
I didn't know if I
They
was just
played it
imagining.
like a couple scenes.
Yeah, that's what I was
because-
saying.
Okay.
I just want to make sure I was getting it right. But like
Were you like, hey, what's that
like
electric
throughout
guitar?
the whole movie, there's like no electric guitar, and it was just like
I thought that
no.
was really cool because it wasn't your typical like strings orchestrated like
But it was a
action
very
movie stuff.
nostalgic thing. And when they played that music, that's when she went from just the Amazon to Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman 2. Get ready.
We're waiting.
I love the costumes in this movie. Oh, period costumes. Ha! Wow.
In the first part when she tries on clothes and like the costumes are so cool, and the one she walks around in for the most part is so cute.
Oh, it's so
Love
great.
it.
How can a woman possibly fight in this?
Fight? We use our principles. Although I am not opposed to engaging in a bit of fisticuffs should the occasion arise.
I thought the actual Wonder Woman costume was really good.
Mhm.
Like, it was accurate to the comics while still being its own like
Yeah.
entity.
It was accurate, but it also was more like realistic. Like it wasn't so much of a costume. I thought it was like kind of inspired by like
As much.
gladiators. It's
Mhm.
kind of
Yeah,
like
definitely.
gladiators.
With like the flaps on the skirt.
Yeah.
Like
And,
as
like, the
much as
metal.
I'm always like, oh, why do they always have to have like superhero girls like show so much skin and whatever? It had that element of like, because everyone wore that kind of thing on Themyscira. Oh yeah, that's like what people wear. But 2, it also was kind of like practical in the fact that she had like a
Yeah.
lot of leg movement.
She had armor.
and she had armor on, like
She wasn't
armor
wearing
that she could
high
protect
heels.
herself with.
The one thing that did annoy me though is that when she would like first got to the first bunker, like before she even started fighting in the war, she had her hair up
And then she took it down.
to fight, and like that makes no sense to me. So that's all for now.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Periscope, add us on Snapchat, and like us on Facebook.
Subscribe to us on YouTube.
And check back every Thursday on ComicMix.com for new videos. Bye!